Hello and welcome here. I am just so excited to be getting back into the flow of things, but I wanted to kind of share some of my very favorite things that we use in our kitchen all the time and that I totally recommend. And I also just wanted to do kind of a little bit of a kitchen tour because we do live in a fairly small place. Our whole place is 850 square feet. So our kitchen is actually very functional and I actually kind of really like the size of it. It's perfect for what we need. I wish there was a little more pantry storage, like if we had a cupboard pantry thing, then it would be perfect. I've talked about this in the past. I don't love the aesthetic. The lighting, because we're in the basement, is just really horrible. It's kind of like dark and just gloomy, or else we have the overhead lights on and it's very orange and yellow, so that makes it hard, like as a content creator, like it really frustrates me. I also don't completely love our blue counters, but other than that, like I said, I'm totally completely grateful. Our house is just very cozy and lived in, and I love it here. I'm also going to start out by saying that this is going to be a very subjective list. So some things that I think are a necessity and that I use every single day, you might never need once in your life. Like, let's be real here. And then I'm also going to sprinkle in some things that I really love and enjoy, but I wouldn't put on my like top 5 list. Anyways, let's jump into my favorite things. Or first, let's do a tour. Let's do a tour. I love tours. While I show you around my beautiful kitchen, I just wanted to take a minute and talk about how I am, in general, a very frugal and thrifty person. However, I feel like our kitchen does not reflect that. It looks like we buy a lot of expensive things because we actually kind of do. My mindset with this is that these are all things that are investments, and I really value putting money in where I know that it will pay off in the long run. My criteria for this is either enjoyment or functionality. So for pretty expensive things that I did invest money into, it was our espresso machine, our blender, our cast iron, and then the silly containers that I put my food into. None of this I would say is frugal or cheap, but it is worth every single penny we put into it, and I would buy it again and again. I also want to give a quick shout out to plants. They make every space better, and also my thrifted mugs, which are so cheap and they are so beautiful. Anyways, I'm going to start with this corner because there's actually 3 different things over here. First, what is a kitchen essentials list without a knife? Let's see how scary I can weigh this thing. So we like the Victorinox. This was like probably $30 on Amazon, I think, and then you just get a knife sharpener and you can keep sharpening it. It's a really solid basic knife that is very accessible. It's not like $300 Japanese knife that I'm sure would be extra lovely, but this is perfect for our needs. It is just, yeah, what else can I say about it? It's definitely a big step up from like the Walmart knives I was using before that were so dull. Anyways, we also have 2 other little knives from the same brand. We have a paring knife and then a serrated one. And honestly, I feel like that's all the knives you need. Like, we have butter knives, but that is it. Okay, and then in the silly category, but still like one of my top 5 essentials that I use all the time is a like cheese spatula. I don't even know what this is actually called, but you can slice cheese in it. Because we eat quesadillas on the daily around here, pretty much. And I don't like buying the shredded cheese because it has extra stuff in it usually. So I just get the blocks of cheese. It's cheaper that way too. And then I can just slice the cheese. I don't have to pull out the cheese grater. I don't know. It's just a beautiful thing. Plus, we use cast iron. I'll get to that in a minute. But you can use metal on cast iron and it's not an issue. So we actually use this as our spatula. We don't have to worry about it melting or any of that other fun stuff. So this silly little thing that we found at an estate sale, totally 100% recommend. And then let's talk for a moment about this bad boy. So this blender here, I will never stop talking about it. So this is a Vitamix. I will have the link for everything, but I'll link the exact model and whatever that we have right here. It's not the most expensive newest version, but it's also not the cheapest like worst one. This changed my life. We use blenders so much in our cooking and our just general food intake, and to have a crappy blender that doesn't blend things smooth, it burns out. We had a Ninja blender, like the nicer $200 one, and it literally went up in smoke. Like, it died completely. And it was also years of frustration with chunky dates and just never having nice creamy smoothies. So this is worth every single penny. I know it's so expensive, but they also last for years and years and years and years. Like, I don't know, can't recommend it enough. I will also say that Blendtec is also another really good blender brand that I definitely recommend. We have family that has it, and it's another one that will last forever, and it blends everything up really smooth. A shout out is my cutting boards. This is excessive. I like having a small one just for like fruits and like quick things that I need to do really fast. And then I like having the big one for, you know, chopping a bunch of things up for dinner. I also have a ceramic one back here that I use for meat because I get really grossed out using meat on wood, obviously bacteria. This one my husband bought impulsively at a farmer's market and it's beautiful, but I wouldn't say it's a necessity by any stretch of the imagination. Okay, so I'm just gonna swivel you around right here. Wait for it. This is actually one of my top things that I recommend. It's a dish drain. They're like $5, but it makes all the difference in your life. I hate having to like scoop out chunks of wet, soggy food and weird detritus from your dish drain. So having this means that I can just throw a bunch of stuff into my sink. It doesn't matter because I can just wash it down into it. I pick it up, throw it away. So clean, so sanitary. Cannot recommend it enough if you don't have it. I mean, a step up would obviously be a garbage disposal, but we do not have that. I don't have the capabilities of putting one in. So this is the next best thing because first of all, it's way healthier for your pipes. You really shouldn't be washing a ton of food down there anyways. And then second, it just, we're gonna keep swiveling this way. Hello, how are you today? Is this good? Well, let's go a little closer, but it's my espresso machine. I hear somebody. I was hoping I could magically get through this little video before somebody woke up, but wishful dreaming because my batteries kept dying. Ooh. So my espresso machine right behind me is one of our very, very, very favorite purchases we've ever made. It brings so much happiness and energy to our lives. It's just a beautiful little ritual that me and my husband do every morning and just having our delicious cup of coffee. And it's just, I can't even express to you enough how much happiness it brings. It's, again, a very pricey purchase, but I think it is worth every single penny we have spent on it. And in the long run, I think it does definitely save you money if you take into account how much we are not going out and buying coffees. Ooh, snuggle bunny. Okay. So I also really wanted to quickly show you our like cooking setup. Hopefully you can see it and it's not too dark, but we have a cast iron skillet, a stainless steel pot, and then a big cast iron Dutch oven, and this is all that we have. We do not have any other skillets or little pots or anything. I think it is all unnecessary. I think this covers more than enough exactly what we need. I also love using cast iron. I love that you don't have to worry about it scraping or getting any kind of toxic stuff in your food. Like, this is all very clean and healthy and I love it so much. Like, I used to get so stressed out about the non-stick coating that was scraping off into our food. Anyway, so yeah, like this is for rice and pasta and steaming vegetables, and this is for like if we do curries, or we also do our sourdough in it, and this is for everything else. We make our eggs in it, we make literally everything. Meat, the whole spectrum. Like, it is so beautiful. And then for those that have been here since New Zealand would know that one of my other very favorite things is this salt pig. It's just a hand-thrown ceramic thing that you, hang on, let me see if I can do this, that you put salt into. It has a little wooden spatula thing that holds 1 teaspoon of salt, and it just sits on my counter and it just brings me so much happiness every day. So again, not an essential, but love it so much. I actually think that's it. I think those are all of my essentials, all of my very top favorite things. I'll link the things that I can. The things that are thrifted and uniquely made, obviously I cannot. You gotta go thrift for those things, but I don't know, I like keeping it very minimal and healthy, and these are all my favorite things. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.